You work hard, you save, you try to do everything right, and yet it never feels like enough. Every time you get ahead, something pulls you back. Inflation, a market drop, a new crisis, and that financial security you've been building, it starts slipping away. But here's the truth. Most people aren't broke because they're lazy. They're stuck because nobody ever taught them how money actually works. So let's change that. Here are 5 strategies self-made millionaires use to build real, lasting wealth. The number 1 is having opportunities that others don't. Here's something wealthy people understand that most people never figure out. Getting rich isn't about working harder. It's about seeing what others can't see. While most people wait for opportunities to come to them, rich people go out and build them. They network before they need to. They invest in knowledge before it's popular. They get into rooms that most people don't even know exist. Think about this. The person who bought Bitcoin in 2013 didn't just get lucky, they were paying attention when everyone else was laughing. The person who invested in real estate during the 2008 financial crisis didn't just get fortunate. They saw an opportunity where others saw only fear. The truth is, exclusive opportunities don't fall from the sky. They come from the relationships you build, the skills you develop, and the willingness to act while everyone else is hesitating. So the real question isn't whether opportunities exist. They always do. The question is, are you positioned to see them? The number 2 is taking the long way while using time to your advantage. Here's a hard truth most people don't want to hear. There is no shortcut to real wealth, but there is a smart path. And it starts with time. Most people overestimate what they can build in 1 year, but completely underestimate what they can build in 10. They chase quick wins, hot stocks, and overnight success stories, and end up exactly where they started. But the wealthy think differently. They let time do the heavy lifting. A simple $200 a month invested consistently at an average return of 10% annually doesn't just grow, it transforms. In 30 years, that's over $600,000. Not because of some genius move, just because of time and consistency. This is the power of compound interest, what Einstein reportedly called the 8th wonder of the world. The longer your money works, the harder it works for you. So what's the biggest mistake people make? Waiting until they have enough to start. The truth is, starting small today will always beat waiting to start big tomorrow. Remember this. Time is the one asset you can never buy back. The best day to start was yesterday. The second best day? Right now. Now ask yourself honestly, how much time have you already let pass? And how much more are you willing to waste? The number 3 is earning above average while beating 50% of the population. Let's be honest. If you're earning what everyone else is earning, you'll end up where everyone else ends up. And for most people, that's living paycheck to paycheck with nothing left over at the end of the month. The cold truth is this. Median income is survival income. It pays your bills. It keeps the lights on. But it rarely builds wealth. So how do you break past it? The people who earn above average don't always have better degrees or more talent. They've simply made themselves harder to replace. They developed a skill so valuable that the market had no choice but to reward them for it. Whether it's mastering a high-income skill, starting a side business, negotiating a raise, or stacking multiple income streams, the goal is the same. Make yourself worth more than average. Because here's the reality. Every extra dollar you earn above average, invested consistently, compounds into something most people only dream about. You don't need to be the richest person in the room. You just need to quietly, consistently out-earn the middle, and let time do the rest. Which brings us to the question, what is that single skill, move, or decision you could make today that would make you worth more than average tomorrow? The 4th one is investing your income into safe assets. Most people get paid and immediately think about what to spend. Wealthy people get paid and immediately think about where to put it. That single mindset shift is the difference between a life of financial stress and a life of financial freedom. Safe assets, things like index funds, dividend stocks, real estate, and government bonds don't make headlines. They're not exciting, nobody's bragging about them at dinner. But quietly, consistently, they do something most people never experience. They make your money work for you while you sleep. Think about this. Imagine you invest $200 every month in a stock market ETF with an average annual return of 15% per year. In 15 years, your money wouldn't just grow, it would multiply many times over. But what about precious metals like gold and silver? If you had bought gold 5 years ago, back when it was under $1,500 per ounce, at today's price, your money would have increased massively. And what about the AI revolution? Think back to when ChatGPT first came out, and Nvidia stock was trading under $20 per share. If you had recognized that wave early and invested, at today's price, your money would have grown more than 7 times, just from holding, not trading. And don't forget real estate. Homes or land you bought a decade ago have probably appreciated significantly just because time gave them value. But appreciation alone is not the ultimate goal. The real goal is to own assets that pay you whether you are working or not. Assets that generate income while you sleep. Assets that send you dividends. Assets that produce rent. Assets that grow quietly in the background while you focus on your career, your family, or your next opportunity. Because true financial wealth is not about how hard you work. It's about how many income-producing assets are working hard for you. Here's the simple truth. You cannot get rich from your salary alone. Your income is a tool. The wealthy use that tool to buy assets that generate more income. Over time, that cycle builds wealth that no job, no bonus, and no promotion ever could. You don't need to start big. Even putting 20% of your income into safe, proven assets every single month creates a foundation that compounds into something life-changing over time. The rich didn't build wealth by spending more. They built it by consistently owning more. So ask yourself this. If you lost your job tomorrow and your salary stopped, what assets do you currently own that would still be working for you? What could you sell, rent, or collect dividends from to keep yourself afloat? If the answer is nothing, then you don't have a wealth problem. You have an asset problem, and today is the best day to start fixing it. Your income is the seed. Safe assets are the soil. Start planting. The final one is controlling your spending habit. Let's be honest. Most people don't have an income problem. They have a spending problem. You've probably had moments where you wondered where your paycheck went. And if you're being real with yourself, you already know the answer. The subscriptions you forgot about, the impulse buys, the lifestyle upgrades that came the moment you started earning a little more. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is silently killing more financial dreams than any stock market crash ever could. Here's what wealthy people do differently. They decide in advance what their money is for. Every dollar has a job. They don't spend to impress people. They don't confuse looking rich with being rich. In fact, most self-made millionaires live well below what they can afford, because they understand that every unnecessary expense is a wealth opportunity wasted. Controlling your spending isn't about deprivation, it's about intention. It's choosing your future self over your present impulses, because at the end of the day, it's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and what you do with it. Now you know the 5 steps to financial freedom. Remember this. Wealth isn't built in what you make. It's built in what you don't spend. Becoming financially rich isn't reserved for the lucky or the privileged. It's built, decision by decision, habit by habit, day by day. Through seeing opportunities others overlook, investing in yourself, learning how money moves, putting your income to work in safe assets, and controlling what you spend. These aren't secrets, they're disciplines. And the people living the life you want, they're simply the ones who took them seriously. You now have the roadmap. The only thing left is the decision to start. The best time to build wealth was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So here's the question only you can answer. 1 year from today, will you look back and say you finally started? Or will you still be waiting for the perfect moment that never comes? If you found this video helpful, share it with your friends.